Hey guys, it's Janixa and welcome to another nail lacquer therapy session. Hey guys, today we are going to be talking about the brand new China Glaze Eco Glaze line. This is a plant-based line, cruelty-free, vegan, all of that good stuff, and they just recently launched them at ultabeauty.com. There will be additional polishes to these 12 that I'm going to be showing you today. In total, they will be launching 40 polishes, but there's only 12 right now. So this is the initial launch, and then the next set of polishes should be launching mid-July. I purchased these at a discount at beautywest.com. They currently have all 40 polishes listed, plus a brand new base coat and top coat, but I did plan on, reviewing all 40 polishes in one video for you guys, so I went crazy and I bought them all, but then they ended up refunding me my entire order except for these 12, and they sent me an email and let me know, hey, China Glaze hasn't released these, the remaining, however many it is, I can't do math, so I'll just, have to wait and see if I'm gonna actually review them when they come out. You guys let me know in the comments below if you want to see the rest of them or if you're happy with just seeing these 12. Let's go ahead and get into the swatches.
Alright, first up we have Violet Breeze, and this one is just described as a violet on the Ulta Beauty website. This one is a very, very beautiful purple. It does have almost a jelly-like consistency, however it is completely opaque in two coats, so I wouldn't call it a jelly. It does dry down kind of to a semi-matte finish, very dull. It doesn't dry down glossy, so you will most definitely want a top coat with this one to add some shine back to the nail. It is a little bit of a thin formula. Matter of fact, almost every single polish in this collection has a very thin formula. I think that might be because, they're plant-based. Maybe the ingredients are different than, just regular lacquer. However, it wasn't so thin that it was running, all down my nail or into my cuticles or anything like that. So a thin formula, but still a workable formula. Next up, we've got Terrain or Shine, and this one is described simply as a nude on the Ulta site. This one, it's not my favorite, guys. It's just a regular neutral color, nothing too special about it, and unfortunately it does require 3 coats, so I honestly can't say, you need this because you don't. You probably have colors in your collection that are very similar. However, if you are looking to be a little bit more, environmentally conscious about your polishes and, just maybe health-wise for yourself, then I think that this group of polishes is a good start. But, I say that, but then I'm sitting here thinking, wait a minute, OPI did that Nature Strong line, and the polishes were excellent quality. Like, they didn't require 3 coats, so I'm just really on the fence about this collection. I like the idea, I like, everything about it, but the actual execution, like the actual polishes, are not my favorite. Most of them needed 3 coats, and again, that really thin formula, and it's just not my favorite. I'm glad that China Glaze is dipping their toes into, cleaner ingredients, or more so because they're already vegan and cruelty free, their regular line. But yeah, I'm just not too excited about the fact that these needed 3 coats and being such a thinner formula. It's not my favorite. Next up, we've got What's So Ferny, and this one is described as a baby blue. This one is a gorgeous color. I love the color, but unfortunately, again, the formula on the thin side, it's a bit streaky, so it does require 3 coats for full opacity again. Also, I feel like I was kind of polishing my nails in slow motion for this video, so I'm really sorry if it seems like I'm going really, really slow, but the thing is that I, realized right away that the formula was thin, so I just really did not want to flood my cuticles. And then we all know that the China Glaze brush holds a lot of product on the stem, so I was just really trying hard not to flood my cuticles here and make a big mess. And you'll see throughout the video that I had to keep going back and wiping polish back into the bottle off the brush because, again, the stem of the brush holds so much polish, and as you're painting, it just all trickles down to the brush, and if you're not paying attention, it can be a huge mess. So yeah, I think that's why I was kind of polishing here in slow motion, and I don't know, it kind of annoys me, so I'm sorry if it annoys you guys, but that was the reason. And I'm sure that most of us will be very careful if we're using these polishes because of the thin formula, and also just China Glaze's notorious brush of holding a lot of product. Again, look at how gorgeous this color is. I absolutely love the color. I just don't know if I'll reach for it too much because I'm not a fan of, doing 3 coats on my nails, but ugh, the color's beautiful. Next up, we've got Botankia, and this one is described as a vibrant pink. This one is a nice pink color, and it did not require 3 coats, so that is a relief. And it also dries down kind of dull, kind of matte, so again, you will need a top coat to add some shine back to the manicure. I like this one. The formula didn't feel as thin as the other ones. It was pretty easy to work with. I had full coverage in 2 coats, so no complaints here at all. This one is a really nice color now for the summer because it's kind of neonish, and I think that's why it dries down to a bit of a matte finish, because we all know that neon colors dry kind of matte. And yeah, this one is very vibrant. I did enjoy this one a lot. Next up, we've got Gardenia Dreams, and this one is the white in the collection, and wow, I love this one. It is a 2-coat white. It is not a milky white, and I wouldn't exactly say it's chalky, but it's probably on the line of chalky, but I still actually really enjoyed this one. It's a perfect white in my opinion. I love whites like this. Like, give me a white that's like this all day long and I will be happy. It reminds me of the Sally Hansen Peeps white. That one is an excellent white also, so this one was a really good surprise for me. It was a 2-coater. I did not need 3 coats for this one. Covered completely in 2 coats, no issues whatsoever. The first coat, it wasn't even all that streaky. I mean, there was just a little dark patch here or there, but that's pretty common. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one. If you're looking for a good white, plant-based, vegan, whatever, this one is this one's it. This one is really good. I really like this one, and I will definitely be using it a ton. Next up, we've got Delicate Daisy, and this one is described as a pale pink, and unfortunately this one is another one that requires 3 coats. It is super delicate and almost on the sheer side. It's really pretty though. Once it's built up, it's really pretty, so it's got that going for it. But yeah, 3 coats. I just, you guys, when brands release a bunch of polishes like this, like here we've got 12 and the majority of them need 3 coats, it's kind of tiring, it's exhausting honestly, because you're spending so much time trying to get these polishes to look good, and unfortunately a couple of them you could still kind of see some streaks after the 3rd coat. This one is one of them. Yes, I'm trying to recall, and it definitely is one of them. So on the 2nd coat, I would suggest, or I'm sorry, on the 3rd coat, I would suggest just floating the brush over your nail. Don't apply any pressure or anything like that, because if you do, you're going to create some streaks. This one is one of those polishes where it's going to be really easy to create streaks. So yeah, just kind of float your brush over the nail very lightly and you should be okay. But I think if I remember correctly, even with this one in the swatch picture, you're going to notice a streak because it just would not go away. Yeah, right there on the middle finger. Next up, we've got Fleur D Amour. I hope I said that right. This one is described as a bright red, and this one is perfection. It is probably the polish with the best formula in the collection. And you know what, guys? You know how we always say that you can judge a brand by their black and their white polish? I think that's wrong. I think you can judge a brand more by their red polish, because red polish has been around forever and ever and ever, and honestly if a brand can't do a good red, then that brand probably isn't very good at all. You know, red polish has been around for so many decades, so if a brand hasn't perfected a red polish by now, then yeah, they're probably no good. And as you can see, this one is an amazing red. It does dry down again a bit dull, so once again you will want some top coat to bring some shine back to that manicure. It did not require 3 coats, so it is completely opaque in 2, and some of you might actually be able to get away with it in just 1 coat. Next up, we've got Edgy Veggie, and this one is probably my favorite shade in the collection, even though it's a 3-coater. Once again, I just really enjoy green polishes like this. The formula is a decent one, again a little bit thin, but it's not difficult to work with, so I will be a little bit more forgiving of 3-coat polishes whenever the formula is easier to work with. So this one is one of those. And China Glaze says that Eco Glaze is nail care with a conscience. Eco Glaze is a complete system with base, lacquer, and top coat. Stunning colors that deliver elements to nourish, hydrate, and strengthen your nails. It says it is eco-friendly, quick drying, and long-lasting. I have not done a wear test for these, so I can't attest to the polishes being long-lasting, but if they're anything like the regular China Glaze line, they do usually last, I'd say, 4 to 5 days on me whenever I keep a polish on for that long, because I usually take it off after 2 days. So I'm not the best person to ask about wear test, but yeah, these, if they're anything like the regular China Glaze line, you should be a-okay with them. Next up, we've got Sweet Petal, and Sweet Petal is described as a light pink. I feel like we have a few of these light pink polishes in the collection, and we really didn't need them. We didn't need all of them. This one is probably a little better than the other one, Delicate Daisy, I think is the name, because it is a little more opaque on that first coat, not as streaky. I cannot remember if I needed 3 coats for this one. I think it's possible, yes. If your nails are longer, if you have a more prominent nail line, 3 coats is probably going to be what you need to reach full opacity for this one. Again, on that second coat, either second or third, just kind of float your brush over the nail. It's just so much easier to avoid streaks and dark spots, and I don't know, to me the manicure just looks so much better because you're not, you know, pushing down and creating any issues in the polish. For this one, I did just need 2 coats, but it was really close to needing that third. Next up, we've got Stargazer Michy, and this one is described as a vibrant coral. When I first saw this color, I didn't think coral. I just thought like another hot pink or something like that. It doesn't look coral to me, or I don't know, maybe it just leans a lot more red than orange. Not sure, but I definitely did not think coral when I saw this one. It's a really beautiful color, and thankfully another one that did not require 3 coats, so we like those. We like those for sure. This is it's a pretty shade, and it, again, dries dull. A lot of them dry dull here in this collection. As I'm going through this voiceover right now, I'm seeing, wow, most of them are drying dull. We don't have a lot of shine here. Maybe that's an ingredient that's a no-no, the one that provides shine, who knows, but these definitely will need a glossy top coat because, again, they all dry down a little bit on the dull side. I feel like this one is an absolutely perfect color for summer, so it makes sense that it was one of the first 12 that they released. Next up, we've got Willow U Be Mine, and this one is described as a mocha. This one is a really beautiful, a neutral color. You will only need 2 coats, so we love that here. It's a really gorgeous color. I did enjoy the color on this one very much. Alright, I'm going to read a little bit more about the description of these polishes. It says they're a clean formula made from 70% biosourced ingredients, and they're both sustainable and renewable, formulated with naturally sourced plant-based ingredients, 12 fashion-forward shades, 20% PCR caps, and they are 14 free. So lots of good stuff there from China Glaze, Eco Glaze, formulated without, a bunch of the harmful ingredients that are found in some nail polish brands nowadays. There's a list of like at least 10 plus ingredients there that they don't have. So we love to see that stuff. I want to see, more brands being more eco-friendly, and I'm glad to see this from China Glaze. Next up, we've got Playful Poppy, and this one is described as a bright pastel poppy. This one is just an orange to me. I thought a poppy was a little bit more red. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, this one is really gorgeous. I do love the color on this one, and it is thankfully a 2-coater once again. Still has that bit of a thin formula. Again, they all did. They all had a bit of a thin formula, but on some of them, like this one, it's a lot easier to work with, and it does build up nicely in 2 coats. So in general, I did enjoy these polishes, but I didn't enjoy them as much as I thought I was going to. I feel like if they hadn't almost all been 3-coaters, I would have loved them so much more, but I'm just not a fan of doing this many coats for nail polishes for regular creams because, we all have other creams that are so much more opaque. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking here.
There you have it, guys. Swatches of the brand new China Glaze line called Eco Glaze. We just saw 12 of 40 polishes. What did you guys think? For me, I felt like these polishes were on the thinner side. The formula is definitely on the thinner side, and maybe that has to do with them being plant-based, but them being on the thinner side isn't necessarily a bad thing. I'm just somebody who prefers a little bit of a thicker formula, and honestly, if they are better for the environment and better for us, I will deal with them being a little bit thinner. The polishes are really, really pretty. I will go ahead and link beautywest.com in the description box below so that you can see pictures of the other polishes if you're interested in looking at what's coming next. I will also link Ulta's website because that's where they currently have them for sale also. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of these polishes. What do you think of the line in general? Yeah, let's talk about them. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!